Hey everyone, hope you all are doing well. So I want to do this quick video. Look on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. It is the one and only on Ladies Who List Atlanta, Quiana Watson. She is a realtor, very successful on the show. Here she goes. And yes, I am pocket watching. The beautiful queen on the screen. I love her outfit, so fashionable. Worth $5 million. And here's what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to play a clip from the show. And this here, it just shows you, and it also boggles my mind of the maybe unpopular opinions, the unhappy opinions. But I don't understand, no matter working class, middle class, down to our last $3, there are so many hands in a black woman's pocket. It reminds me, this is kind of funny. Reminds of a friend who had went overseas, and he was actually he was in Italy, okay, and he said something was going on. It was crowded, and they were standing and watching something outside, and it was kind of cool. He put his hand, he said, in his coat pocket, had on, and he said when he put his hand in his coat pocket, he was like, "You won't believe." A hand was already in there. So basically, somebody was trying to pickpocket him. And I had to laugh. I'm like, can you imagine you putting your hand in your coat pocket and then you look up, your hand is touching somebody else's hand on your coat, on your body? I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. So the person was trying to pick, and it was a woman, he said, trying to pickpocket him. He said, I couldn't believe it. Put my hand in there, and the hand was already there, trying to pickpocket him. So that to me was funny, but what I'm discussing here about this video is not funny. So I'm going to play this clip up from the show, and it just shows me, it's like, wow, this is like the I think it's the norm for black women. And then you think about it, how is it this happens a whole lot to black women, different people all up in our pockets? How, most black women cannot just go to work or have a business, whatever the issue is, economically speaking. One person is doing all the earning, but how many are eating off of it? One person, one body doing all the earning, the up and coming, up and going, here and there. Then, when it comes to enjoying the fruit of your labor, how many are eating off a sister's check? Will it ever stop? So listen to this, and I'm like, man, you know, it's like something we cannot escape. It's something we cannot escape. And then you look at it as a collective, then the same community has a nerve to go ahead and talk smack about you. When you look at the fatherless homes, black women pretty much, it's like a table and we're the legs. Go ahead and let those legs start walking, and saw the legs off, see what's going to happen to your table. And it's already down. I'm like, when can you get to a point just to have, you can't even have financial freedom. I don't mean investing. So let's listen to this clip. And it's just like, wow, this seems to be the norm. And it's the norm. This is the norm to me that harms. You know, we handle it. But it's like, gosh, this is so typical and so expected of black women, for you just to show up, go ahead and be the workhorse, and everybody just comes and take, and you just give. Then when something goes wrong, oh, well, you know these black women. So check it out.
Real estate means to me that you can take control of your narrative. You can start to build wealth. You can grow. Real estate has changed my life. Being poor and growing up the way I grew up, I think that's my biggest fear of all. There were times when we lived without lights for 30 days. And then you go to school with people that are mad because their mom packed them a lunchbox or something they didn't want. Meanwhile, we can't afford to get a lunchbox. It's not just about the money. Like, people think it's like about money. My sister works for me. My mom doesn't work. I take care of her. My nieces and nephews, they depend on me. My other brothers and sisters depend on me. A lot of people depend on me to show up and be great. And so I choose that a lot of times over protecting my personal feelings about things that I want to take care of.
Okay, she employs her sister. Awesome. She takes care of her mother. Okay. Then she's responsible for nieces and nephews and other brothers and sisters. Where they do that at? Every damn Lexington. That's why it amazes me. In time, one has a different point of view we don't like. So what? Let's get Becky on board. Help tear it down. Like in the Cynthia G case, is what they're saying. Allegedly, that's just what I've heard. I can't say if it's factual or not, but that's what I've heard. But I thought about this here. This same community want to always trash the women that's holding it up. But I have noticed there are some black men that may help. But I've noticed collectively, a black man can be in the BC and he can get his success. And guess what? I have seen it. He can go. He can go and build for somebody else. I have seen he can get his success and he gets to enjoy it. And I know a person now. It just is what it is. Their family member, he plays professional football, all raking in tens of millions of dollars, and mama still living in a hood, in an area that is so very unsafe. His mother. Then they say he visits and won't buy my. I can't believe it. Reminds me of the video where that young black boy says he don't want to take care of mama. He don't want to take care of mama, but they're going to keep on marrying for him. This is the luxury black women don't have. You can't be successful just go on your own. You're going to have to leave the state, move away. You cannot do that. I remember hearing the story of a young black guy. He was in his 20s, and he had secured for him a job that was paying him 6 figures a year. In his 20s, no kids, okay? Man, I had heard that on payday in the office, his phone just blowing up. So I guess he probably told him about the opportunity. He's excited and happy. Phone just blowing up. Everybody, what the hell are they doing? But see, he's young, and he's all caring. You can't carry all these people on your back and cross the river. You're gonna drown. So that's one instance. But I have noticed that's far and in between. But I've noticed quite a few of them can become successful and they can just go off into the sunset, live their lives and nowhere. But a black woman, oh, you got to come back here. You got to come back and take care. And it's like, we're caring by we're nurturers by nature. I understand that. But it's getting kind of old. You got to take care of sister and brothers and nieces and nephews. And sometimes it's mama and her man and granddaddy and grandmama. But I thought there's some men, they can be successful and they can go on with their lives. Come by and visit mama. They don't share in that obligation. They have the luxury to go on and live their lives. But black women, we can't because, we're expected to be there. You know what I'm saying? This is the norm for us. And sure, she can handle it. She's responsible, she's successful, and that's great. But it blows my mind. It's like no matter what, middle income, working class, poor, man, if you got an EBT card, I'm willing to bet that somebody else besides herself and those kids going to eat off that EBT card. Got to show the EBT card too. It's ridiculous. And then, as a collective, the same community will turn around, especially the mammies and the dusties. The same ones will turn around and want to trash you. But the good thing is the world is watching and the world can see. The world is watching. The world can see who is doing what. And they can see who's doing nothing, who's doing the least. It's no secret. And then out of all of that, you then have a case or instance where you look up, we love to tear down. And maybe that's why the community is where it is. Maybe we're getting as a collective what we want. So some people love to tear down, that's what you're going to get. That's why you're going to be down. Love to just tear down, close somebody down, tear it down, tear it down. People right now have no idea. Life right now is changing, man. It's gonna, it's not gonna get any easier. It's it's gonna get really rough. It's not gonna get easy. It's gonna get harder. Nothing is being done about these rents. So let's see. When a black woman hurt, let's say, I'm not speaking here of Quiana Watson, but let's say anybody. So what's going to happen? Let me guess. A black woman got to go ahead and take up the slack on somebody else's rent. That's what black women do. Things go wrong, come save the day. I said, wow, that just seems to be our norm. The same one they want to rock their raggedy mouth on, always complain. And then don't forget, in some of these cases, when you carry the seed of poverty D, the father has just been gone and they'll get mad at you, the one that stayed want to run their own raggedy mouth. Why my daddy down here? Well, why don't you go find us behind and go ask him? He's not there because the joker doesn't care. So one more time in closing, it's like we just cannot escape this. And it's just like so tiring right now to hear about it. This is seems
It
the
means to
norm.
me that you can take control of your narrative. You can start to build wealth. You can grow. Real estate has changed my life. Being poor and growing up the way I grew up, I think that's my biggest fear of all. There were times where we lived without lights for 30 days. And then you go to school with people that are mad because their mom packed them a lunchbox or something they didn't want. Meanwhile, we can't afford to get a lunchbox. It's not just about the money. Like people think it's like about money. My sister works for me. My mom doesn't work. I take care of her. My nieces and nephews, they depend on me. My other brothers and sisters depend on me. A lot of people depend on me to show up and be great.
Gotta show up and be great every day. And I'm sure they appreciate it. I would imagine so. I don't know them personally. But this is what black women do. They take care of everybody. But Lord have mercy. And speaking in general, because she's Kiana's fine. But speaking in general, I just have a question. This is what black women do every day. This is what we do. But when the chips are down, who is there to take care of you? And I'm out. Let me know what you all think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share.